Hello and welcome to Love Advice TV. This is Coach Adrian, and I wanted to talk to you today about a common mistake that I see in private coaching sessions. And it's one that I'm pretty sure you've made as well. Just to give you a little background here, after a breakup, you are super emotional, and oftentimes you don't want to lose your significant other. And so you start talking to them about what you've discovered, what you've learned, what you're prepared to change, how things are going to be different. And of course, your significant other or your ex is having none of it. They don't believe you. They don't want to be with you. They don't want to hear it. They want their freedom. They want their space. They want time to rediscover themselves. They need space in order to do that. And so you feel like you're hitting a wall or at a roadblock. And the common mistake that people make throughout the world is that they find themselves in a position where they're trying to convince their ex to get back together. If you are trying to, in any way, shape, or form, convince your significant other that you should be together, convincing them to make it work, you're taking a step back, guaranteed. Whether it's in the form of a face-to-face conversation, whether it's in the form of a text message, an email, a phone call, or a letter. If you're using language that is trying to convince them to be with you, you're putting them on a pedestal, you're acting desperate, you're devaluing yourself, and you're not being a challenge. And it's all of those things are not going to help you get back together. Why? Your ex, if they've decided to break up, have already gone through that process of believing that you guys cannot be happy together. That's why there's a breakup. They are convinced that it's in their best interest to not be with you, perhaps because they don't see you as the one. Perhaps it's because they feel like they're at a certain stage in their lives where they need to be more focused on themselves. Either way, it's a selfish decision, and they are convinced that it's in their best interest to not be with you. So the last thing you want to do is to try to convince them otherwise. When you do so, you're pitting yourself as almost like an enemy or an opponent who is coming in the way of what they perceive to be what they need to be happy. And by doing that, communication starts to turn into arguments or a confrontation. And that's not what you want to do. You want to position yourself in a way that validates them, in a way that is actually showing them that you respect their decision and that you're going to be okay and happy, right? Regardless. Even if you want to be together, you cannot convince them through words that you're going to be with them. It is not the rational side of their brain that needs to be activated. It is the emotional side of their brain that needs to be activated. And that's why trying to convince them through words that you guys should be together is most likely going to lead you to a setback. Instead, what you want to do is to act in a way or put certain things in place that enables them to come up with the realization on their own that you're different than what they expected, or that you inspire them, or that they can be happy with you. But your ex needs to feel like this is their realization, their thoughts, their process of their analytical process that led them to that decision. If they feel like you're trying to convince them, then you're manipulating them. Then you're being selfish. Then it's all about you and what you want instead of what they want. So if you find yourself trying to convince your ex that you've changed, that things are going to be different in the future, that you finally understand them and what they want, that you're prepared to make them happy, you're heading in the wrong direction. And many times what happens is people with strong personalities who, kind of controlled their ex in a weird, negative way in their dynamic are able to kind of talk themselves into getting back together, but it's not on a strong, healthy foundation. And a breakup happens again. And I've coached many people who keeps breaking up and getting back together and breaking up again. And it's because they're caught in that cycle of convincing their ex, or tapping into certain fears or certain triggers to get back together, but it's not sustainable. So instead of trying to tell them that you guys can be happy together, show them through detachment and through patience and by working on yourself and positioning yourself in a way where they see the value in being with you. That is the lesson of this video. And I hope it will resonate with you. It resonates with a lot of people that we coach in private coaching sessions. It is a concept that we explore at length in our masterclass, our most comprehensive program to rebuild a relationship after a breakup. If you haven't heard about it, I really, really encourage you to check it out. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your trust. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comment section below, and keep fighting the good fight. Keep fighting for love that you know is worthwhile, while continuing to grow both as a person and as a potential partner. Take good care, and see you soon.